Royal Rose Podcast. My name's Ian. I'm the bass player. If this is your first time watching, I'm the guy that plays the bass, but I wasn't the original. Go watch episode 1. This is Seth. He's the drummer. Olivia, electric guitarist. Sam, other electric guitar, but they do different things. It's like one of them does one thing, one of them does another thing. We're promoting our new album, For the Record. So this is Royal Rose, the band, excited for the record, and this is for the podcast.
I would love to see how like you think most shows introduce themselves, where they're just like, just go back. You know who we are.
Go back to episode 1.
Just go back.
Today we are talking about a specific song, and it probably starts with the letter T.
Okay.
Yes.
How many of the songs on the record start with the letter T?
5.
5 out of
8.
That's a lot.
Who named these songs? I did.
That's awesome.
It was me.
Then there was you?
Yes.
Yep.
So this is one of the ones that you and me had started on long before Royal Rose was a thing, but I don't think it ever came out.
No.
Because I think it was literally like I had sent the original demo to you, and we were gonna record vocals to it, and then I think we both forgot about it.
I think also COVID. I couldn't get to you.
I think that is far more likely. I think that is far more likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we can... I think first we can talk about like production or vibe stuff of like what the new version is. But first, I want us to go back and listen to what the original version of this track sounded like, which it was very... It sounds very... I think we were mainly referencing Lights.
Yeah.
For this. So
Shout out Lights.
Shout out Lights.
Uh-oh, now you got to do it. Uh-oh.
Lights is easy to find.
Yeah. Is her Instagram literally just at Lights?
Probably.
But yeah, so this one was like a little bit more electronic-y focused. I think the general vibe was what album was she doing around this time? Was it called Pep?
I think this was pre-Pep.
Pre-Pep?
I think this was... I can't remember what it's called. But yeah.
Okay. Because then... But yeah, you can hear it's like very electronic-y. Like, there's the bass is just like...
Yeah. Very major.
It was very majory, which was one of the things that threw me off when we changed the chord progression.
Yeah.
Because I guess this chord progression for the verse stayed the same.
Yeah.
So together. Dun, 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 dun. In this apartment, it's never felt so alone. Then there was you.
The chorus
Oh,
chorus.
this is so major. It sounds like a commercial, actually. It sounds like a hotel commercial.
The chorus
In
chords.
the best way.
The chorus chords
Welcome to Caribbean Cruise.
For real, it does.
are like when you get to a hotel and they're playing like a menu of like their. But the chorus
It's giving main
Oh wait,
menu.
there was a change up there.
because we got to the bridge. I think those are the same.
Wow, that's so different.
It's so different.
So in
Whoa.
the new version, the last chorus is the same as these choruses, but the first 2 choruses were changed to more minor chords.
Yeah.
And they did that for a reason, because the lyrics start off kind of like hopeless, and then once it gets to the end, it's more hopeful. And so I wanted it to start more minor and end major, and then this one was just a hotel advertisement.
But then, like, to compare that real quick, this is not the final version. I haven't finished mixing the record yet at this point, but like, this is like our current version of what is now this song. so much punchier.
Yeah.
And more rock band.
Yeah, it's
Sounds-
more rock bandy. I
yeah.
think in the future, if we do another record, it would be cool to maybe try doing something a little bit more light-y that has like electronic stuff. But I think for this one, we kept it to like what was more like what we practiced as a live band.
Yeah, in the living room.
Yeah. Because I think with this one, it's darker tonally, but it stays darker. It doesn't like lift up major-wise until the last chorus.
Yeah.
On the last chorus, we actually have like the original chorus chord progression.
Yeah.
And then the new chorus.
Definitely my favorite song to play.
Really?
Like, it's just so vibey. Like, it's really good song to play live. Because
Yeah.
it's just, like, easy to, like, jam to it.
This is the song that Elijah saw live, and he's like, that is not what I would have done.
This is the one I was most obsessed about the bass part with.
Yeah.
And actually, while we were recording the bass part, which we did like 3 or 4 in one day,
Yeah.
right? I was like trying to play the part that I knew like really well with the chorus, and it just wasn't working. And I was like, what's going on? And you guys recorded the chords wrong. Like Seth and I figured out that the chords were actually just like swapped in the chorus.
Well, I think what happened was when I make these versions of the song, I'm basing them off of like our band practice. And I think the one that we recorded, I think we played the chorus wrong.
It was-
So I built the whole instrumental out with like the wrong chords, and then Ian was just like, I think these are wrong. And so I think
this
in
sounds
this,
wrong.
I think I literally just like grabbed your chords and just like
Yeah.
swapped them.
It was awesome. It sounds great. You would
Yeah.
never know, but you did some production Frankenstein magic on there, and it was awesome.
Also,
Now
we
we're-
go halftime here instead of the count.
My favorite. I always
Sam,
like a
Sam
good-
is a Warped Tour girl, so she will always be like, hey, what if we halftime this?
I just like I name all the songs starting with the letter T. I always want halftime way too much, and then you or Ian are always like, we have already done that 6
Yeah.
times.
And
I'm
then-
like, but it sounds so good.
That's a great vocal part. That's also stuff that changed is when we were like doing the individual vocal sessions, you guys would have stuff like that. And then the original chord progression.
Yes, bring it back.
Halftime, obviously.
Obviously, that long note that Olivia and I did took us a while to get there because
You're the professional. Literally, recording vocals for this album made me realize I'm not a singer.
That's not true.
Literally,
I rebuke that.
That's not true.
That note was so hard. I was clenching my butt.
No, I think what we realized near the end of recording vocals was that there's a specific, and this is every singer that I've worked with, there's like a specific way that people like to track vocals. Because the second it would be, I would say one thing like, be louder, or like take one ear off with your headphones, your tracks would instantly like shoot up. So I think for you, this was a lot of like this was also your first time recording vocals in like a studio setting. So I think there was a lot of discovery on that part. But yeah, no, I rebuke the idea that you're not a singer.
yeah.
Yeah, you're a great singer.
It also took me like 5 or 6 tries to do that, and then it took you about the same amount of time. So
Recording vocals
For those
is
at
always a
home,
new-
you should just try. Take a deep breath and
Sing
see.
along.
See,
Yes.
little breath challenge. Everybody comment your time below.
yeah, that was a long note.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
this was one of the songs where it's like, obviously there was like the vibe change, but I think that this was the moment where I was like, because up to this point, we had been like, okay, are we like pop punky?
Who are we?
Who are we? And the hard part is when you're in like kind of a band in this style that's like kind of rocky and kind of poppy, and you have a female led singer. They're just like, oh, you're like Paramore.
Right.
And the funny thing about that is, I get offended anytime someone does that. It's like there are more singers in pop. Yeah, this was one of those songs where it's like, okay, tonally, I felt like it kind of set the direction of like it's going to be a little bit more of like the darker emo stuff. It's not purely like indie pop or 80s based stuff, because we were referencing a lot of bands like Gable Price and Friends or like rockier guys, but then I think for this song specifically, we referenced a couple of like, I guess it would be like early 2000s, like emo bands.
Yeah.
And that sort of like started to spread the direction overall for the record.
I think because you and I were in charge of a lot of the sound of the songs, and we have this upbringing of punk pop emo bands, Warped Tour, that like it just felt natural to like go back to that and like make that happen. Even though we were like, it would be cool to do this. It would be cool to do that. We were like, but our roots say Warped Tour.
Is Warped Tour. We did 100% the reason I'm editing and we've recorded our vocals the way that we recorded them is because that's how A Day to Remember does their vocals.
Yes.
So, and we have gone to see A Day to Remember live.
Yes.
And when they started playing If It Means a Lot to You, Sam did cry.
Of course. Every time. And Cassidy Pope from Hey Monday, which is pretty underground for not a lot of people know Hey Monday. But Cassidy Pope had like a really chunky blonde streak in her hair, and in grade 11 I had the same. I like asked my mom to do my hair like Cassidy Pope because I loved Hey Monday so much, and they were kind of like Paramore and that kind of scene. And so, but those kind of people is who I was definitely thinking of when especially with the note, I was definitely thinking Hayley Williams. Yeah, like while I'm recording that.
That is the most like, I feel like that's the most like Misery Business we got.
Sam, what would you say this song? Because all of your songs are from seasons and moments. What was going on for this song?
So much. Dark season. Thumbs down.
10 out of 10.
Would not recommend.
Would not recommend
that season of my life.
1 star on Yelp.
Definitely less than 1 star on Yelp. Essentially, I wrote the song in 2019, and I essentially what was going on was I was in a really dark place, and I actually left class. I was in a science class at Bible college, and I started having a panic attack. And so I left class and I went to my grandparents' apartment. It's actually a condo, but apartment sounded better in the song. But I went to their condo and I just was like, I just need to spend some time with the Lord. I need to take a breath and just be by myself and just breathe. Like I need a minute to like catch my breath. And so I go to my grandparents' condo and I'm sitting at the table and I'm weeping and I'm like trying to catch my breath. And then they had this stained glass lighthouse, and in the middle of my breakdown, the light shining through the window. It came through this like lighthouse and it shone right on the table where I was crying. And this song, Then There Was You, it might sound like a romantic song, but it's actually about God, and it's about how I might be feeling all these things. My heart got on a getaway train. It went and left me behind. I don't even know how much I cried. But then there was you. It's like, but then there was God. But then there's always been God. He's always been there. And this apartment has never felt more alone. I was by myself. I didn't have a lot of community at that time. And God was like literally all I had in that season. And so because I was only writing breakup songs and I wasn't writing romantic songs at that point, just breakup songs. I was like, I need to write a love song about God and just thank him for this moment. And obviously I didn't write this song until maybe a year later. But it was about that encounter with God that I had in the middle of a panic attack. Fun facts.
I did
Fun
not
fact.
know that.
Really?
I literally thought it was about Ian.
No,
This whole time.
it's about the Lord.
Oopsie.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Like the bridge, oh, I was so used to not breathing, I forgot about you. It's like I was so used to being in this state of anxiety and depression that I forgot to reach out to God. And I was so focused on trying not to act like a fool. Like I was trying to just like put on this face, this mask, and like get through life and fool people into thinking that everything was fine when really deep down it was not. Then there was you.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Dang.
And the apartment line, shout out to John Bellion because he has a song called Crop Circles.
Was it from Crop Circles?
Yes.
When did all done?
Yes. The footprints in the carpet are just crop circles. It's just a song by John Bellion, and he's like, part of the lyrics is like,
It's like being distant from your partner. It's like, it's like the footprints in the carpet are just crop circles now, like something that like used to be here but isn't here right now.
yeah.
So
And he's making alien metaphors the whole time. He's talking about Stranger Things and
Yes.
paranormal stuff. And so he uses the imagery the whole time to talk about a distant relationship or
Also the
a
most-
non-existent relationship.
the most angry I've ever been at John Bellion is for that entire record he was releasing the acoustic versions of songs on Spotify. Crop Circles is my favorite acoustic version he's ever done, and he never released it.
What the heck, John Bellion?
What the heck, JB? Come
we
on
love
now.
you. We love you.
There's like a soft
Yeah, but
piano
we'll never
version
forget.
of Crop Circles, and it's like the best thing ever. And I had to rip it off YouTube.
Oh,
don't tell them that.
Put it out. I'll pay Buddy for it if you put it out.
Yeah. So
father figure though.
right before I wrote Then There Was You, I was listening to that album like religiously. Like I was like always listening to that album, and that song I just felt was really like beautifully written, and I wanted more imagery in my lyrics. And so that Crop Circles song talking about the whole imagery of the apartment, just kind of I drew on that for this song. So
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, John Bellion.
Thanks, John
Love
Bellion.
you so much.
Thanks, John Billion.
Yeah.
Also,
Thanks,
I feel
John
like
Bellion. I felt left out.
I felt like that's the way that also we're kind of like jumping through. It's like, okay, the original version was kind of based off Lights, and then we have like Paramore stuff, and then there's like Warped Tour stuff, and then there's a little bit of John Bellion. It's like the like it's all one of the things that's also fun about doing stuff musically with you is I feel like you're also in the same mindset of me. Is like any song can be any genre.
Yeah.
Like even just like Blue Eyes being like sort of like a swingy folk song.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, now it's like this almost like weird 80s like power ballad thing.
Yeah.
Like it makes it a lot easier to like try stuff when you're like that open to like, it could be anything.
Yeah.
There's some versions of like songs we'll go through where like, here's like the sad R&B version. Here's the funk metal version. Here's like this and it's like, it makes it really fun to be like, okay, let's try not to find like the perfect version of the song, but it's like, okay, what version of this, what cinematic universe do we want to pull from?
For me, it's like it's about being creative and pushing your songwriting boundaries of what could this song sound like, what are the different genres that it could be. And then for me, it's choosing which sound serves what I'm trying to like make people feel. And so with Then There Was You, it started off very poppy, and it's like that's not a panic attack. Like that's not what that feels like. And so
It does when I have.
I was gonna say, is that what yours feel like? But for me, like that's what my panic attack sounds like. Is it's kind of like this, verse 1 is very hopeless, and then it's like, then there was you, and then it kind of goes back because I'm feeling that depression, that anxiety, that hopelessness again, and then then there was you, and then it's this bridge of like messiness of like I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to search, I'm trying to hear, I'm trying to listen, and then we end in a major of like healing and redemption and reconciliation. And so there's like intentionality in the sound behind the lyrics.
Mm-hmm. When you guys are like working on like, oh, I want to like, I know a little bit of Ian's process of like, here's what I'm gonna do to like work on bass stuff. Like when when me and Sam like throw you guys like, here's a song. Then there was you. We're in band practice and like we're getting ready for stuff, and we're like, this just needs parts or something like that. Like, what is your guys' process normally? Is it just like, here, I'm just going to noodle with this? Or is it like, I'm going to sit down and like write a part for this? Or like, what does it look like?
I'm like figure out just where feels great. So I like throw spaghetti at the wall. I just throw a ton of ideas at the wall, and then I chisel down from there.
Which is so disrespectful as having an Italian wife. You do not throw spaghetti at the wall.
Spaghetti noodles.
And don't call them noodles.
What? Don't call what noodles? Spaghetti?
It's
noodles?
spaghetti.
Noodles.
No.
Okay, so I throw. Can I throw noodles at the wall?
Sure.
Okay.
Probably wouldn't stick that well.
Okay. Anyway,
Fettuccine.
I do noodle a lot, but that has nothing to do with spaghetti.
It wouldn't.
Okay. I throw a lot of ideas out there, and I can start to chisel myself down like pretty much right away. I start riffing and trying to figure out what the limits are, because pretty quickly I start hearing things clash. Like I'm not really even thinking like much about what specific notes. I'm just kind of like starting to hear where the song wants to go and what it wants to do. And then I try and find something that's really repetitive enough to be catchy and like listenable, but not so repetitive to where it's like, that's the only thing that I did. And this one I'm really proud of because I just kind of found a pocket pretty early on, and I kept working on it, and I started hearing it and singing it. A lot of the time when I write parts, I sing like the parts, because if you can sing along with it, it's pretty listenable. And so I'm singing it. I start hearing something. This one just had a cool vibe, especially live. Like this one had like everything was done before me, basically. So what all three of you had already done, what just gave it like this cool feeling, and I wanted to. But there wasn't a ton of movement.
No,
there wasn't like, and
there wasn't like the up pocket like stop stuff that you like. Yeah, you have in the chorus now.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time we get a cool feeling and then we run with that, and I'm like, it actually provides a lot of room for me to write a part, because it's not me clashing with anybody else that's trying to move around a lot. In some other bands that shall never be named ever that I've been a part of. No, I'm just kidding. We have a lot of people that are like that. So finding out like, okay, who's doing what at what time, and do things clash, and it's a different challenge. But this one it's kind of nice. Like there's a good amount of room to move around.
Yeah.
I have a follow-up question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is it like? What is the difference? What is the vibe check difference of being
the vibe check difference
in your other band versus this band? What are some of the key differences that you've noticed being in Royal Rose?
Are you talking about RTRK or just my solo stuff?
RTRK, where you're like with other people.
That band's bigger. I like a 4-piece. I actually like
prefer it.
I really like being in a 4-piece, and there's something cool about that. Like it's a lot easier to lock in, and it takes a lot longer to lock in a 5-piece band. That it's just a lot of. There's three guitars instead of. Well, I guess this one has 2 electrics and a bass. That's what we have there. But we also have keys, which is like a whole new element. It's hard to figure out. But once we do figure it out, it's really interesting, really cool. But it just takes a while. And this one, the songs are established. I'm not a songwriter. Like So that's just a different role, you
In
know.
this band.
In the other band I'm writing a lot of the songs, and so that's a different role. So it also, this one I had to navigate, like, this band didn't want me to be a part of the band originally.
We did not want you at first.
Right.
For sure.
So that's different than the one that was like, hey, we really want you. And actually, I kind of helped start it.
Feeling wanted versus feeling not wanted.
Yeah. And you know how there's like this kind of emotional rule about humanity, right? Where,
You know.
if Seth said, hey, Ian, you look a little chunky today, I'd be like, all right, that was Seth. But if Sam, my wife, said, hey, Ian, you look a little chunky today, I'd go into a closet and cry for 6 hours. So that's kind of like...
Has that ever
What's
been
happening?
said to you by either of us?
So that's kind of like... So this band rejecting me...
Oh. It felt better coming from us than
No.
other people. Oh.
No.
It felt worse coming from us. Oh.
You missed the metaphor.
Oh, my bad. I didn't
My
realize we were
wife-
the wife.
Yeah, my
Okay.
wife started a band, and she like was like, I really don't want you to be a part of it.
That is
So
verbatim
that's kind of
what
different. That's a different experience than I've had with other bands that do want me to be a part.
What was
Okay,
it
this
like
got
being
really
in this
sad.
band versus the other band? Well, other bands want me to be in them.
Yeah.
So not only are you in a band, but you're also working out marital issues.
Yeah, so this band's been really good.
Yeah. It's been really good for our marriage.
Yeah. Did I answer the question or did I just goof off?
No, you
Both.
kind of answered it.
Both.
Okay. Yeah. Olivia, what's it like to write your parts?
Well, I'm thankful my husband isn't in this band.
Shout out Max McLean. Tag. Max McLean, her husband's awesome. Tag.
Yes. This song was, again, Diamonds. And yeah, what was really cool about this song, and it was really hard too, because I kind of just made you guys play it without me during practice, and I kind of just noodled. So that's kind of what helped. And what was cool and different for me was kind of learning the phrase, keep it simple, stupid. So
Kiss me, baby.
this song was like, keep it simple, you know? And during the chorus and the bridge, I only played one note
Yeah.
through the whole time. And I
What?
just sat there, you know?
One note.
And it was, which was really cool. And I was like, is this allowed? And
Yeah.
and you know, like I said in the other episode, it felt like I wasn't a singer. I really felt like I wasn't a guitar player. And I'm like, oh, a guitar player is going to look at me and be like, she's a fake. She's a fraud.
No.
But
Can I tell you, as somebody who's had to record those guitar players, they're a nightmare. Because
Oh my God.
no, because there's an element of like, does the song feel good? Like, does it sound good? And like having that be the top priority. When your top priority is, I want to play something impressive for other
Yeah.
guitar players,
Yeah.
it very rarely makes the song better.
yeah.
And so like, or it's like, it'll step on the vocal or do stuff like that.
Yeah. So
like-
when I kind of just discovered like, oh, what would happen if I just didn't move?
Yeah.
And it was really cool. And I loved the way it sounded, especially like towards the end too. And I think towards the end, I kind of moved my pinky out there, you know, she kind of stepped over the
yourself out
water.
there.
I put my pinky out there and it was like, oh, now we're like a little bit higher. And
Yeah.
I just loved how it sounded with the bass and just like how you guys kind of just carried the melody and I stayed the same. And, it's like one of my favorite songs to play.
Let's go.
I think too, like when we're playing like loud punk shows where like the sound maybe isn't very good in the room and we're just like super loud, like simple is better.
Yeah.
Because if it's so much and it's so loud, it's like, there's so much noise coming at me. So when you're doing something simple, especially when the bass is like all over the place in the best way, then it's kind of like you're balancing out as well.
Because I have to do the same thing on drums when I'm doing like, there are some songs where it's like, if there's going to be simplicity over here, it needs to be balanced out with complexity over here. And so if somebody's like, I'm going to play like a part that like takes up a lot of the priority or something like that, then the best arrangements are ones where everything else is like, okay, let's simplify so that can then be like, it's like a Bruno Mars song. It's like when the bass is really crazy, the drums are really simple. Or if there's a bunch of like crazy instrumentation or stuff like that, like everything else, like the bass or the drums, like simplifies.
But I also just felt like it was fun too to like, because it was so simple, I was able to harmonize live.
Yes.
Because, playing lead lines and singing at the same time is impossible for me. So, yeah, so that was really fun to like sing with you during that.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And please remember to like, subscribe, sell your soul. Like, subscribe, and listen to Royal Rose for the Record on any streaming platform you could ever imagine.